Hey everybody, it is almost the end of 2023 and I wanted to thank 𝐷𝐞𝐫 and my YouTube production crew because they put together a really great best of what's going on in that 25-mile radius around Cinderella's castle. So we want you to go to Near Disney YouTube. We want you to subscribe and like. We've got over 500 videos, and so what he has done is he's put the best of to give you an idea of what the flavor is of all these cool towns within a 25-mile radius. Before we go forward and show that video, check out this little intro. That's right, that's Near Disney. Okay, so I will be on at the end, but I want you to see all these cool towns. If you have any questions, I'll be back on at the end to answer any of your questions. Enjoy. Are looking back on an incredible year in Central Florida. This is the 2023 recap of some of the best videos this YouTube group from Near Disney has accomplished over the course of this year. Sit back and relax as we show you just some nice highlights of the areas that are within a 25-mile radius around Cinderella's castle. I'll be back at the end to give you a couple of last thoughts as the fairy godmother of real estate. Enjoy. We are in beautiful downtown Orlando at Lake 𝐄𝐬𝐫𝐿, and we're getting ready to show you just how spectacular it is. We've seen some beautiful couples riding their bikes around this lake. It is about 0.9 miles, and they have a farmer's market on Sundays. You're going to see some swans as well. There's a Publix right here in downtown Orlando, and you know what that means. It means people live here. It's so amazing, and they are able to enjoy the lake. And where else would you want to live when you can be able to go to wonderful concerts, sporting events, and you can also go to the grocery store in order to make your meal. So anyway, downtown Orlando, it's really great. It's got a lot going on.
I just really love the culture and the vibe of downtown Orlando, and I also work down here, so I have no commute, which makes it amazing. And I'm super close to many bars and restaurants and Lake 𝐄𝐬𝐫𝐿, so I will never have to find something to do. There will always be something fun to do. There's also scooters that you can rent, and so you can just scoot your way over to a show. Right across the street, we have the Abbey and the Florida Theatrical Association, and then 2 blocks away, we have the Dr. Phillips Center. So if you're wanting to experience any arts and culture, downtown Orlando is a perfect place for you.
Dr. Philip Phillips came to Central Florida in 1894, and he bought an orange grove. After he got out of the citrus business, Dr. Phillips wanted to build a community where people could work, live, and play. He actually chose the perfect spot within Central Florida. We are centrally located between the theme parks of Walt Disney World, Universal Studios, and SeaWorld, and have numerous different restaurants and shops within a close proximity. The very first commercial space is the Dr. Phillips Marketplace, which is located very close to us here. Dr. Phillips probably never envisioned that Universal Studios Florida would build a major theme park on part of his original land.
We are standing right in the center of Universal Studios Islands of Adventure, and as you may know, Universal Studios Florida, City Walk, they have some water parks and everything, so it's really its own megatropolis in itself, and it's part of what we refer to the Dr. Phillips area. My daughter, Ashley Elizabeth Hawk, she works here, and we're just so very proud of her, but it makes it interesting because my husband works for Walt Disney World, so at dinners, they can't talk about what they're doing, but I get to enjoy the fruits of their labor. An absolutely gorgeous day. we are going to show you a little bit about Universal Studios, and we're going to show you some film right now. So as we are driving past some of the gated communities, properties are going to start around $400,000, and if you're on the lakes, you're going to be talking about a couple of $1 million. Remember, Phillips Landing, that's the area where Dr. Phillips would have planes. They would land and they would take off from that area. We're going to be able to help you with everything, and you're going to really enjoy this area because it's got a lot of value. This place is alive. Lake Nona is dynamic, and they have got a DJ here. They've got great people that are selling their merchandise. Did you happen to know that there's 12,000 people that live in Lake Nona? 90% of the residents here are college graduates. So, I'm feeling a little bit smarter just by myself. We are here at PIXIE Park, and it is happening. So if you want to come out and dance and listen to some good music and feel the joy, this is the place to go. You're not going to believe this, but I'm actually leaving this autonomous vehicle. Nobody has to drive this vehicle through Lake Nona, Florida. It's amazing. So as we're able to travel from Laureate Park down to this boxy area, can you imagine being able to get onto a vehicle? This is a wave of the future. And that's what's happening near Disney in Lake Nona. Well, if you haven't discovered Windermere, Florida, you have completely skipped a gem that's within the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle. Celebrities have found it, high-end executives have found it, my goddaughter lives here, and my best friend. And I can tell you, there's a reason why. You have the most incredible pieces of property that are available with the winding roads and the lakes that we talked about, as well as large lots. You're not going to find lots that are as large as what we're finding here.
So they call this the town among the lakes, and it's an obvious reason. The Butler chain of lakes features 13 different lakes that are connected by canals. And what you'll find is this is really a boater's paradise, and the reason people really came to this area was because of the lakes. So if you are in Windermere and you get a chance, make sure that you go out and see the beautiful lakes, and we're going to take a look at some of the beautiful homes on Lake Butler and throughout the Butler chain of lakes. So Reunion Resort and Champions Gate are only 1.5 miles from one another, and you're going to find some fabulous golf. So Reunion has the King, Arnold Palmer, beautiful golf course right here, the Golden Bear, Jack Nicklaus, and the Huck, which is Tom Watson. 3 fabulous golf courses located here in Reunion. Champions Gate, the Great White Shark, Greg Norman, and Ledbetter. The Ledbetter Golf Academy is located and headquartered in Champions Gate, Florida.
So for those of you that love to play golf, this is the area that you want to concentrate in.
Reunion, Florida is a master planned vacation resort. So what you'll find here is that many people buy into this as a second home. Or what we're finding more recently is there are a lot of people who are moving from up north and calling this their permanent residence. Reunion has some fabulous resort amenities. Of course, there's a hotel that has a number of different restaurants. You also have Traditions, which is located on the Jack Nicklaus course. There's a water park. There's a tennis complex. You'll find miniature golf and many walking and biking trails. So this truly is a resort environment in Reunion, Florida.
Hey everybody, if you are looking for a spectacular place to have dinner, there's a place called 11. Guess why it's called 11? It's on the 11th floor of this amazing hotel right in the center of Reunion, Florida. So just check it out, the panoramic view that you're going to be able to see all of the fireworks from Central Florida pretty much. And from here, the views as they continue in this direction, there's an area called Champions Gate. Why is it called Champions Gate? Well, there's a lot more golf courses that are over there as well. So Ronald Reagan Parkway is going to lead you to several gated communities that are in this Davenport area.
While driving to Clermont, you will notice that Clermont's really unique to Central Florida. The area has rolling hills that provide beautiful views to the Clermont chain of lakes. The lakes are also a favorite spot for family events and swimming. Sandy beaches, children's playgrounds, beach volleyball, bike paths, and other outdoor activities can be found on the shores of Lake Mineola.
So in Clermont, you're going to find rolling hills, you're going to find lakes, you're going to find bike paths. But one of the gems that's really kind of difficult to find, but if you can look it up, it's called Southern Hill Farms. And this is an area that typically around 11 to 4, you can get through these gates and you're going to find a sunflower field. You're going to be able to pick blueberries, strawberries by the pound, and you pay for it there. They've got a lot of stuff for the families, and so it's very unusual. It's really quite a blessing. You can feel like you're on God's acreage right here in Clermont, Florida.
We're here at Lake Louisa, which is a state park just south of Clermont. Here you'll find over 7 miles of biking trails and over 20 miles of hiking trails. They even have a thing called the Wanderlust Club, where you can pay a one-time annual fee and be able to come in and kayak and bicycle and hike and even get 2 horseback rides a year. You can even rent cabins here. They have 2-bedroom, 2-bath cabins that, from what we've seen recently, run about $120 a night with a 2-night minimum. So as you look at the rolling hills that you find up in this part of Florida, you'll find a lot of Olympic athletes actually do their training in this area. So if you're looking for a great place to live, great place to work, and if you're an outdoorsy kind of person, Clermont is the place to be.
There's so much going on here. There's so much land that we can build on. It's a great place to move. Osceola County, it is huge. It's 2,010 square miles. Now, to give you an idea how big that is, because as you're walking through Osceola County, Walt Disney World is 43 square miles, and that is the same size as San Francisco. So if you're looking at 2,010 square miles, you're looking at pretty much the size of a state. So welcome to Kissimmee. So the Osceola County Arts is strongly encouraging beautiful murals like we see here. When you have the opportunity, please look at the possibility of buying a property in Kissimmee so that even if you don't want to use it for a couple of years, you can talk to my sales team and we'll help you get it rented out, and then you will have your place in the sun for when you're ready to move to Central Florida.
If you need some retail therapy, Mount Dora is the perfect place to spend hours browsing all of the specialty shops. You can visit Barrel of Books and Games to find the perfect new book to read. To treat yourself or get some holiday shopping done, there are lots of options for gifts like Black Swan Mercantile and Love Home and Harmony. Home and Garden Treasures is filled with oddities to bring whimsy and charm to any outdoor space with wind chimes, garden decorations, and gifts. Mount Dora has so many specialty shops, and Piglet's Pantry is one of the staples. They've been in business for over 25 years, and if you like to spoil your pet as much as I do, they'll have everything you need. Not only do they offer tons of treats and toys, but they also host events like a dog costume contest every October. As for restaurants, you're likely to find almost any cuisine that you can desire. You will find everything from contemporary Florida cuisine at 1921, to English tea at Windsor Tea Room, to Indian at Shiva, to creative pizza at Back Porch Pizza Bar. If you have a group that can't decide what to eat, you can all stroll the Mount Dora Marketplace, which has several dining options under one roof. Today, I chose to grab a tea at Foxtail, which was the perfect spot to catch up with an old friend and get some computer work done.
So the history of St. Cloud goes back to 1909 when a developer came in and purchased 35,000 acres for the Grand Army of the Republic. This was basically a fraternity of Union soldiers from the Civil War. So this was really built as a colony of Union soldiers. And what they did was, on the grid system, the north-south streets were all states that were from the Union. Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, New York. And then as the town expanded east and west, they started adding some of the state names to the streets that were from the Confederate. So you can see right next to me one of the many historic markers that's located throughout St. Cloud. They're very proud of their history, where they've been and where they're going. There were so many Union soldiers here that there's actually a cemetery here called the Mount Peace Cemetery, where there are over 400 Union soldiers that are buried, which makes it one of the largest in the entire nation.
So it is Chamber of Commerce weather here in St. Cloud, Florida. The breeze is beautiful. It's about 74 degrees. And here, you're really not that far from the theme parks. I can get to Walt Disney World in about 30 minutes. I can get to downtown Orlando in about 35 minutes. Orlando International in about 30 minutes. And let me tell you something. My brother travels to Universal Studios because he's one of the engineers on some of those really cool rides that are out there. And we grew up right outside of Washington, D.C., so 35-minute ride is not that far at all, especially when you get to see this utopic background.
Horizon West has an interesting history. Imagine 35 years ago, as far as you can see, was nothing but orange groves. Horizon West was really about a number of different landowners who lived in the citrus business, and then came one of the worst freezes that this area has ever seen. So they lost their orange groves, they lost their orange crop. All of these different landowners, they decided that they had to put together a comprehensive plan so that they could get Orange County in the state of Florida agree to change the zoning, agree for them to be able to develop the land. So basically what Horizon West is a planned area that has 6 different villages. They wanted it to be surrounded by beautiful homes. They wanted it to be really a place where somebody could live, work, and enjoy life. And what we have here is one of the fastest growing areas in Florida.
right. There's lots of restaurants and shopping and cool things to do. You really can do everything here. You can get your banking done. You can go to the nail spa. You can go to the grocery store or Walmart. It's just got everything.
Yeah, it's even got a Toastique, a cool trendy hipster spot where you can get your avocado toast and acai bowls.
Yeah, it's great. And the location was thoughtfully designed to maximize connections between schools, parks, and town centers. Each village of Horizon West prides itself on providing shopping, dining, and recreation.
That's spots for laser tag, simulated golf, walking trails, paintball.
Yeah, and there's also fitness studios, places of worship, healthcare facilities, pet services, salons, and spas, and so much more at your fingertips.
We are here in front of the Winter Garden Community Theater, and did you know this theater was the first one in Central Florida that had talkies, and it was built in 1935. So check it out. We've got some footage for you. We are standing in front of the famous Edgewater Hotel. This hotel is from 1927, and it's got a lot of cool historic things that have occurred here. Errol Flynn stayed here. Humphrey Bogart stayed here. During World War II, a lot of the soldiers were housed here. And guess what? When they were building the Magic Kingdom, a lot of the workers stayed in this hotel right behind us. So make sure you check out this historic place, Edgewater, which is on Plant Street in Winter Garden, Florida. And what some people may not know is I worked with Emeril Lagasse for 5 years, and I had some of the best experiences working with an executive chef that really taught me a lot. And guess what? I would tell you that one of the best restaurants in all of Central Florida is right behind me. It's in Winter Garden, and it's called the Chef's Table. You've got to make a reservation. They've got a special room in the back, and you've got to make sure that you get some time in here and experience some really great food right here in Central Florida. We are looking at a bunch of people that are parking their bikes right here in Winter Garden, because you know what? There's 34 miles on the West Orange Trail, and what better way to take a little bit of a break and maybe visit Urban Flats, have a coffee, even go to a French restaurant. This is where it's happening.
Now here at the heart of Winter Park at Park Avenue, every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., they host what is probably one of the most expansive farmers markets in all of Central Florida. It is really hustling and bustling here.
It's really busy today. I could not resist getting a crepe, but there is everything here from food to arts and crafts. You've got seafood, fresh produce, just about anything you would want that would be local and something you want to take home to your family. It's a great place to shop.
And all around, everyone's got their dog out. It's a dog-friendly outing as well, so it's just fun for everyone in the family. You know, a lot of people ask us why so many cities in Florida have winter in the name. Winter Garden, Winter Haven, Winter Springs, Winter Park. Well, the snowbird lifestyle has been a tradition in Florida since the 1800s. Back in the 1880s, these areas encompassing Orlando were chartered with a goal to be a tropical getaway where affluent northerners could escape from the brutal winter cold. So Winter Park was established as a town by northern businessmen Loring Chase and Oliver Chapman, who purchased land around Lake Osceola to create a winter resort community. A lot of that old money from classic snowbirds is the reason for the historic character and architecture, which has in so many ways been preserved to this day, lending so much charm to the look and feel of Winter Park. All around are brick-lined streets, beautiful old trees with hanging Spanish moss, and a lot of the retail and commercial real estate here leans into that sort of old-timey aesthetic as well.
The diversity here and the culture of Winter Park is one of the greatest strengths of this community. It's youthful and yet it's classic. Winter Park really finds a way to preserve its historical identity while strategically offering contemporary amenities to keep the city really a highly desirable hub.
Absolutely.
Well, there you have it, the best of 2023. Thank you on behalf of my Near Disney YouTube channel and the crew that brings you videos all the time. We like to bring content to you about that 25-mile radius around Cinderella's castle. My name is Kim Hawk. I'm known as Near Disney's YouTube's fairy godmother of real estate. We love what we do. Give us a call at 1-800-KIM-HAWK if we can ever help you with any of your real estate needs, whether you're buying or selling. We know what's going on in Central Florida. Let us know if there's any videos that we have not put up on our channel yet. We've got about 500 of them, so we look forward to getting to spend more time with you throughout 2024, but 2023 was pretty great. Wishing you and yours a wonderful New Year's Eve, and we'll be seeing you soon, as they say, near Disney. Bye-bye.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.
What do you guys think? There's a lot going on in 2023. All these great places, including Celebration, Florida, which is where our Near Disney YouTube channel is located. So don't forget, on Wednesday nights, my Realtor Dream Team does a show. It's called the Central Florida Market Update. They provide all kinds of great information. Oh, I'm getting people saying hello. Hey, everybody. Oh, good. You're enjoying it. Very good. Very good. Yeah, there's lots of great personalities of different towns that are around Cinderella's castle. So I think Dee did a really good job at putting that together. So on Wednesday nights, once again, 7 o'clock, you want to be checking out my Realtor Dream Team. They're going to be giving you a lot of other great content. Guess what? It's almost the first of the year, and we are going to challenge people to declutter starting January 1st. So for anybody that is watching in Celebration or has an interest in wanting to declutter, I'm actually going to be challenging people from January 1st until the end of the month every day to find 10 items that are in their house to either give away, to sell, throw away, but start moving stuff out so that you can be bringing some more cool vibes in, because sometimes we start getting cluttered up during the year. You just got to let that stuff go, right? So anyway, you can check us out on Monday nights to hear more about that. But otherwise, I hope you have an amazing, amazing New Year's Eve. Thank you, everybody. I'm seeing lots of people saying hi. I'm looking to see if there's any questions. No questions so far, but just lots of beautiful people saying hello. So we appreciate it. Have a great New Year's Eve, and I'll be talking to you again, I guess, next year. Bye-bye.